The Joseph Series, Story number 12, Judah Pleads for Benjamin's Life, taken from Genesis chapter 44, verses 14 through 34. This story is full of dialogue and raw emotions. Just the day before, the brothers had spent the afternoon enjoying Joseph's hospitality, but now everything has changed. Can you imagine the shock it must have been when Joseph's steward plunged his hand down into Benjamin's sack and brought the gleaming silver cup out into the early morning sun? It is interesting to note that nothing is said about the money bags that were in the other brothers' sacks. They were all guilty, and what could they possibly say? Like the first time, they don't even know how it happened. What could they say? But the person who rises to the occasion is none other than Joseph's older brother, Judah. It should be remembered that it was Judah's idea to sell Joseph into slavery in the first place. It was also Judah who promised his father that he would be responsible for Benjamin's safety. What follows is one of the most impassioned pleas for mercy ever recorded in the Bible. When Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, he was still there, and they fell on their faces before him. Joseph said to them, "What is this? What have you done to me? Didn't you know that a man in my position would already know exactly who did this?" And Judah said, "What can we possibly say to my lord? How can we explain what happened? How can we prove our innocence? God has already shown that your servants are guilty. So we will be your Lord's servants, all of us, especially the one in whose hand the cup was found." But Joseph said, "God forbid that I should do such a thing. Only the one who was caught with the cup in his hand will be my servant. The rest of you are released. Go back to your father in peace." Then Judah approached Joseph and said to him, "O my lord, I beg you, just let your servant speak a few words in my lord's ear. Please, don't be angry with your servant, because you are like Pharaoh himself." My lord asked his servant, saying, "Do you have a father? Do you have another brother?" And we said to my lord, "Yes, we have a father, but he is very old. We also have a younger brother, a child born to our father in his old age. His older brother is already dead, and our younger brother is the only child left of his mother's children, and our father loves him dearly." Then you said to your servants, "Bring your younger brother down here to me, so I can see him." But we said to my lord, "The boy cannot leave his father. If he is taken away from our father will die." But you told your servant, "Unless your younger brother comes down with you, you will not see my face again." So we went back to my father, your servant, and told him everything my lord said. So when our father said to us, "Go back and buy us a little more food," we told him, "We can't go back unless our youngest brother comes with us. If he comes along, we can go. We can't see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us." Then your servant, my father, said to us, "You know that my wife only bore me 2 sons. I sent one of them to do something for me. And I said, 'He has surely been torn to pieces,' and I never saw him again. If you take his brother from me too, and something happens to him, you will send my gray head straight into the grave with grief." Now it's going to happen as soon as I come to your servant, my father, and the boy is not with us, because his life is bound up with the boy's life, that as soon as my father sees that the boy is not with us, our father will die, and your servants will send the gray head of our father, your servant, straight into the grave with grief. You see, your servant made a solemn pledge to my father to keep the boy safe. I told him, if I don't bring the boy back to you, let me bear the blame before you for the rest of my life. So I beg you, please, let me take the boy's place. I will stay here and be your Lord's servant. Only let the boy return with my brothers and go back to his father. How can I possibly go back to my father if the boy is not with me? I fear what will happen to my father. The Joseph Series, Story number 12, Judah Pleads for Benjamin's Life, taken from Genesis chapter 44, verses 14 through 34.